Today on Bloodbath and Beyond, we watch Spring Break Massacre. Find out if the titties touched.
This movie is about 6 gorgeous teens who get massacred. This movie was written and directed by Michael Hoffman Jr., who also directed Girls Gone Dead.
This movie stars Reggie Bannister, who's known for the Phantasm series. This movie also features Linnea Quigley, who is the Scream Queen.
Okay, so what do you like about this movie?
I actually enjoyed the character Steve. I found his facial reactions to be hilarious.
Bros versus hoes! I really enjoyed all the corny jokes that he threw in there, such as the sheriff drinking this specimen that they never decide what it is.
What the hell is that?
I was trying to tell you. We ran out of specimen jars.
I also enjoyed when the girl busts out her pipe and the guy's like, I'm not gonna smoke no crack. And she's like, no, it's not that crap. It's crystal meth. Yeah.
Can I have one? I liked the girls' selection. They were fantastic looking. Not only did I like the gorgeous women, but I also liked a possible nip-on-nip action. We saw boob touch boob, which is awesome.
There's a lot of lesbian stuff in this movie.
We're interested in this kind of thing. They shot this in 8 days using one camera on like a micro budget.
It wasn't like a set. They actually went to the location and filmed, which is kind of cool because they had a prison.
As well as they had the courtroom.
We can assume the police station was...
That's bullshit!
Anyway.
There was a neon sign saying the police department.
Yeah. A real lake.
They had a zip.
Was there a real lake? I didn't know. From all those establishing shots. There was an establishing shot into an establishing shot with just a slightly different angle of the lake, which fucking killed me. But I appreciate it.
Yep.
Great effort.
You can never be too established.
It's true.
I can just picture a guy with a corncob pipe, and it's like in a suit, like, you could never be too established.
Alright, what were our favorite kills?
My favorite kill was the coat hanger kill, as the killer was going to break into a girl's car. So he broke into the car and then stuck a coat hanger in one ear, out the other.
The kill that I liked actually goes out to the sheriff's deputy. It's cool because we see one of the deputies in the car with some really nice practical effects with like the makeup and the cuts. So she panics. Next thing you know, her head just gets smashed. And then constant like smash.
That's pretty brutal.
On the hood of the car. Like it was a very brutal death. And I thought that was pretty cool because you don't really see that intensity in a kill.
My favorite kill was actually multiple kills when the bros died. Steve is like, oh, come on, guys, like, the girls aren't coming out, and he goes over to see them, and the one dude's sitting, the other guy's head's in the other guy's lap, and he's like, oh, like, screw off with all that gay shit. He, like, pulls him up, blood starts squirting everywhere, and he turns around, and his buddy who was in the car waiting is on the front of the car, dead. And then he starts freaking out, and then he dies. What didn't we like about this movie?
I disliked the lack of on-screen kills, and I disliked the timeline of this entire movie. It was ridiculous. We start off, some shit happens, people get killed. Then we jump forward 10 years, we see the aftermath, we go back a day. We might go back 4 hours, I don't remember. Closer to the end of the movie, we're now back up that day, and then they're doing flashbacks to the previous day again. And it just drives me crazy. One of the girls at the party, we saw her getting carried off in a stretcher, and we're like, well, I guess she dies.
Yeah.
She's gonna die.
And we know that that girl with the broken nose is alive, so we know what's gonna happen.
The only thing that made me mad was Manson and the Cowboy. So Cowboy kills the girl who was wearing underwear and a red top, which you
I
thought was
a onesie or a sling.
Yeah.
A wrestling sling.
So kills her, and it's the pizza boy who gets blamed for all this. The thing that makes me mad is they don't even bother with those two goth boys.
Yeah, you never see him again.
You never see him again. There's no rhyme to reason.
It's time for our final thoughts and ratings.
I saw Girls Gone Dead and I thought it was fantastic. So we wanted to look into Michael Hoffman Jr.'s previous movies. It was probably one of the most boring movies I've ever seen. Despite a few cameos and a few cheap laughs, I didn't really like much about this movie. And this is considering that it had a micro budget and they shot it with one camera. That's not why I didn't like this movie. I didn't like this movie because it was boring. So I'm just gonna give this movie 1 video from my private collection out of 5.
Now, you tell your friends when they arrive that they could choose any video they wish from my personal collection.
I agree with Jay. This movie was boring. There wasn't really much going on, way too many establishing shots, and you just couldn't really get into the mood of the movie. I did like the casting though. The acting was good, and the girls were very nice to look at. But not all of the beautiful women in the world would save this movie. It was just too boring. So that being said, I'm going to give this movie 1 upskirt shot out of 5.
As soon as this movie started, it kind of reminded me of the first movie I made back in high school. You could see what he wanted to do and what they were trying to portray, but just like the budget and lack of experience kind of made all that stuff fall flat. The story was okay, but the scenes I thought were pretty strong. The girls were great. The bros were kind of funny. I'm gonna give this movie 2.5 simultaneous mask scares out of 5.
That's what you thought about the movie. Let us know how you feel in the comments below. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tweet us with any recommendations at Bloodbath_TV.